Professor Roger Leroy Miller, author of business law and legal environment textbooks for West Publishing Company. What you are about to see, use, and analyze is the second installment in Drama of the Law, the first ever teleseries developed to illustrate important legal principles. As in the first installment, this teleseries was written by award-winning author John J. Osborne, Jr. He wrote the famous movie The Paper Chase, which was later turned into a TV series. At last count, this series has been shown in 117 countries. The response to the first installment in Drama of the Law was, in a word, gratifying. We showed that drama and humor can be used to develop and illustrate important legal principles and how the law affects us in our everyday lives. As you will see, part 2 in this teleseries takes place in a car dealership, Raleigh Motors. We chose this setting because most of you, at one time in your life, are going to buy a car. We could have developed the teleseries in any number of other settings, for the reality is that legal issues are all around us. West Publishing Company, John Osborne, and I hope that you enjoy viewing these videos as much as we enjoyed making them. Now let's go meet and see Shelley, Tony, Herman, and the other characters who make up the drama of the law.
Good morning. Hiya, Shelley.
Hi, Herman. How's it going?
Okay, we're going to sell a lot of cars today.
Hey, let's hope so. I've got a couple of really good accounts coming in today.
Gonna test drive them?
Every single one of them.
Good.
Yes,
Good.
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, boss, get this.
What am I looking at?
There's a car out there with a lime on its roof.
A lime?
That's not a lime. That's a lemon.
A lemon.
That's Mrs. Vogel's car.
Oh, the lady who's been into the dealership, what, 8 times in the last month to have us fix that rattle.
The rattle no one can hear but her.
How are you going to deal with this, Herman?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to panic. We have a disagreement. It happens. Mrs. Vogel has a right to express her opinion.
Yeah, but on our car lot?
But she's not on the lot. She's parked by the side of the road.
So what?
It's not our road, Tony. I mean, it belongs to her, too. I think I'll go out and invite her to come in and discuss the whole problem over a cup of coffee.
Good idea. Get her off the street.
Gee, that's really big of Herman, don't you think?
She doesn't want coffee. She doesn't want to talk. She's going to sit out there until we take her car back and get her a new one. She called me a bum. Well, I'm not going to let her get to me. I mean, I know how to handle this. If she doesn't want to come in here for a cup of coffee, we'll take one out to her. Tony, take Mrs. Vogel a donut and a cup of coffee.
Why?
We'll kill her with kindness.
Why, Herman, I didn't know you had it in you to act with such maturity. She's taking out a bullhorn.
Ms. Vogel says, thanks very much. This is a determined lady.
I'm not going to let her get to me. I mean, she's just exercising her rights. No one will believe her. I mean, we have a great reputation. She's a crank. They'll see her for what she is.
Mad at us.
Well, wait a minute, guys. She's saying that we sell lemons. Not that she bought a lemon. There's a difference.
Which is...
That we sold one bad car, it's possible. That all of our cars are bad, it's not true. Besides, isn't that defamation of character or something?
Yeah, or defamation of business?
Wow, look! A car just tried to turn in our lot, and she's talking to them. Now the guy stopped, and she's leaning in the window.
Hey, he's backing out of our lot. We're losing a customer. Herman, who were you waving at?
I'm waving at Mrs. Vogel. I'm not going to let her get to me. I'm going to keep this in perspective. I'm not going to stoop to her level.
That's right, Herman. We're car salesmen. You know, for a guy with a terrible temper, he did very well.
Exceptionally well.
What do you think he's going to do to her out there? Murder her?
I think he's going to give her a new car, don't you?
Hey, does that mean I'm going to lose my commission? Okay, it's the beginning of another great day here at Rally Motors. So let's get with it, customers. Come on in. Ring. Rally Motors, home of the offer you can't refuse. Okay, large 3 cheese, hold the anchovies, extra pepperoni. Hey, this is a car dealership, not a pizza parlor.
So you noticed.
No, we don't offer pizza if you come in for a test drive. No, I don't know the number of Rally Pizza, and I won't look it up for you, unless you buy a car. Hey, Shelley, what's the deal in this pizza parlor? You still getting these calls?
A lot of them. Hey, Herman, we got 3 more calls for pizza.
It's going to stop. I talked to my lawyers about it. This morning we told Rally Pizza that we intend to sue.
Pepperoni, sausage, cheese, and 1 vegetarian. So, what'll it be?
For me?
And it's free.
Well, I've always been a pepperoni type of guy.
Pepperoni coming up. And I bet you're a vegetarian. There you go. How about a
Excuse me. What are you doing?
I always hate arguing on an empty stomach, don't you?
Argue?
I'm Gabby Rally, owner of Rally's Pizza. Fastest delivery in the area. Eat.
Your real name is Rally?
Oh, sure is. And you're a Rally, too. Maybe we're related.
My name is Herman Hayes. Rally is the name of our dealership. Has been for 40 years. We spend more than $300,000 a year advertising that name. Now, I'm sorry, but we simply can't allow any other business to use our name.
Gee, Herman, what's the trouble? You think people are going to confuse a pizza with a car?
The name Rally associated with pizza? I don't think so.
Hey, this is great pizza.
Oh, thanks. And we're doing great business.
Well, sure you are. Because Rally sticks in people's minds. Why? Because we advertise it everywhere.
Oh, lighten up, Herman. It works both ways. Someone can eat a pizza and think of Rally Motors. Hey, why did you sick those angry lawyers on me, Herman? Do I look like a criminal?
Herman, remember Ma Barker?
Looks like the legal talent is working. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
I came here because I figured you needed to be reminded that a pizza is not a car.
But Gabby, we're getting all sorts of calls for pizza. That says people are confused about our names.
No, it says that people don't know how to use a phone book. Herman, you're a big company. I'm just a little pizza woman. I don't have the money to hire lawyers to fight you. You're going to put me out of business.
I don't want to put you out of business. All I ask is that you change your name.
Well, why don't you change yours?
I was here first.
Just the business. I've been named Rally for more than 50 years. Besides, how can anyone own a name like Rally? There are car rallies, there's pep rallies, freedom rallies.
I'm not getting through to you, am I? If I let you name your business, then I'll have a used car salesman call his business Rally, and he'll open up right across the street.
So that's it. You're really going to force me to change the name?
I'm afraid so.
Well, I don't have enough money to hire lawyers to fight you. I guess you win.
It doesn't make me feel great. I'm sorry, Gabby. Okay, people. Let's sell cars.
Mrs. Hanks, congratulations on your purchase. The new Civic Si is an excellent automobile, one of the sexiest cars in the world.
I like that. But I also bought it because it's a terrific deal.
Excuse me while I get your paperwork processed. It'll just take a moment. It takes them a few minutes to run a credit check for your financing. Don't worry, we extend credit to everyone, even people under indictment for federal crimes. Now, while you wait, let me just say, welcome to the Rally Motors team.
Oh!
We also provide this complimentary Rally Motors coffee mug, which will fit into the mug holder on your dashboard.
Oh, thanks. This is really nice.
Tony,
Back in a sec. These Civic SIs are going like hotcakes. What a car.
Mrs. Hanks lives in Bastrop.
So?
You know how many of those people make their payments?
Wait a minute, I live in Bastrop Valley.
And how's your credit? You can't get car insurance in Bastrop.
Is that the reason? I always thought it was because of my driving record.
Oh, what is this about your driving record?
Forget it. How's her credit report?
Clean as a whistle.
I thought so.
Too clean.
Too clean.
No credit problems, no credit history. Interesting, isn't it?
Not really.
She's only lived at her present address for 6 months. You know when she applied for her driver's license? A couple of months ago. Nothing. She's a blank sheet of paper, get it?
I'm beginning to. You're going to deny her credit because she's too good to be true.
We checked her arrest record, too. Nothing, not even a parking ticket.
How did you check her arrest record?
Well, let's just say we have friends on the force. The point is, this woman doesn't exist. I mean, nobody that good could exist. Look, she probably just got out of jail. They fix up a new identity for her. She goes out and buys cars. She drives a Civic off the lot, and tomorrow it doesn't exist either. It's cut down for parts and shipped to another country. Think Ma Barker.
Are you nuts? Look at her. She's an angel. Come on, Herman. I worked hard for this sale and I want the commission.
I'm sorry, Tony.
You can't deny her credit because she's got a clean record.
Who says she's got a clean record? I paid for the credit rating. She doesn't need to see it. All she needs to know is what you tell her.
And you want me to tell her that her credit isn't any good because her credit report is perfect.
Tony, that wouldn't be very smart. Tell her she's got a bad record. How is she gonna know what it really is?
I can't do that, Herman. I already gave her the hat. She's part of the rally team.
You mean you can't tell her because you gave her the hat?
She's family. You want to deny her credit? Do it yourself.
All right, I will. Mrs. Hanks, I'm afraid your credit rating is a little vague. So I'm thinking your husband could co-sign on the note for the car. Could you bring him in?
Well, actually, it's Ms. Hanks. I was divorced 6 months ago. I don't think Harry would co-sign anything at this stage. He's still mad because the judge gave me his pension plan in the divorce settlement.
Ma Barker, huh? It was the hat, wasn't it? You couldn't deny her credit because you didn't want to hurt her feelings.
That's right, Tony. I'm a car salesman. I got a big heart.
Long trip?
Honey, you don't know the half of it. A 3-hour drive in the valley. And what's it like out there? 100 degrees. Nice and cold in here, though.
Air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Well, anyway, I made it. Might as well get down to business. I know what I want. This pickup truck you got advertised, the one here for $11,399.
Tony Sulca.
Betty Alger from up near Vacaville.
Well, come on over. Sit down.
All right.
Vacaville. That means Cowtown, doesn't it?
600 of them on our ranch last time I counted.
How about a cup of coffee?
Okay. More than 200 miles. Drove it all in an old Ford pickup with the original engine and every one of the original rattles. I called over the phone, and the man said that he would give me $3,000 in trade for it.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That was me.
Oh, well, it's all yours.
Of course, we'll have to take a look at it first.
Oh, really? Well, that's not what you said on the phone. You said 3,000 firm.
Cream? Sugar?
Oh, thank you. I take my coffee black.
Your trip was well worth it. We've got some wonderful trucks and some great bargains.
Well, the bargain that I'm interested in is the one you got listed right here in the paper. $11,399.
Now, how do you know you want that truck? Wouldn't it make sense to take a look at all the trucks and then make a choice?
Well, I guess so. Well, sure. But I don't want to waste your time when I already know what I want.
You like the color charcoal gray.
I guess.
We've got a brand new charcoal gray truck, custom wheels, air conditioning, 4-wheel drive. It was just delivered.
How much is that one?
Ooh, it's a real bargain. It's got a list price of $22,000. But since you're driven all the way from Vacaville, and to be honest with you, I just kind of like you, we'll take a couple $1,000s off the price.
Look, son, I'll just take this one here that you got written up in the paper.
That one, I'm afraid, has been sold.
Well, that's okay. I'll just take another one just like the one you sold. I don't really care what color it is.
I'm afraid we only had one at that price.
What? Only one?
At that price. See, it says so right here in the newspaper.
No, it sure does not.
Well, yeah, it does. Look. Just one at this price. Number 121567.
Wait a minute. God. Well, you can't hardly make that out. Well, I sure didn't see it. Well, you need a microscope to read that.
Don't worry, we've got hundreds of trucks.
Do you have any that cost $11,399?
Sure, but you want wheels, right? It's a car joke, ma'am. Wheels. Like you wouldn't get them with... No, I'm afraid we only had one at that price, and we sold it this morning.
This morning? It's not even 9 o'clock yet. I got up before the sun was up, and I drove like crazy for 3 hours, and you're telling me that someone beat me to it?
Jim, he works in the service department. Bought it at 6 a.m.
Oh, now that's not fair.
And I agree with you. So I'm going to do something very special. Now, we don't normally do this, but after all the time you've put in, I'm going to take an extra $1,000 off of any truck on our line. So let's go take a look at them, okay?
What's the cheapest truck in your lot?
And that all depends on how you define cheap. What might seem cheap to you might seem expensive to me.
Well, that makes a whole lot of sense now, doesn't it? Let's say we both talk cheap, as in how much a truck costs.
After title, tax, and registration or before? Want custom wheels or without? You want a CD player or a regular tape deck? 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive?
We sell cows by the pound. No options at all. Not even choice of color. Probably would help if you sold your cars that way. I can't get a straight answer out of you, can I, Tony? Okay, now, the way I see it is this. Either you get me a truck like the one you got advertised here in your paper, or you get to see my lawyer.
Why, I believe you'd do that too.
Count on it.
I believe it's possible Jim has not signed the final papers on number 121567. Let's go check it out, okay?
Let's do that.
Miss Lennox, your truck didn't pass. I must follow the rules.
Give me the paper.
All right. But I can't change it.
I'm gonna talk to Herman about this. Herman, may I speak to you one moment?
Excuse me, Bill. What is it?
Where did you get that service manager?
Jake? He's the best in the business.
The best in the business did this to me.
Lulu, this is your smog check report.
Of course it is, Herman.
Your truck failed every single category. It's releasing more than 2.9% carbon.
Oh, speak in English, Herman. You're as bad as Jake.
You can't drive a truck like this.
I can, and I will. Do you really think that my little truck is going to make any difference in the larger picture? I don't think so. I think you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
You need a tune-up.
Oh, Jake says I need a new exhaust system, a new carburetor, and a new catalytic converter. And he wants to charge me $1,100.
Jake says you need it. You need it.
Oh, you're not really gonna flunk me on this smog thing, are you? I mean, my old truck only has a few thousand miles left in her anyway, just like her poor owner.
It's out of my hands. When it comes to smog checks, I am an official representative of the state. I can't ignore the results.
Herman, I don't have $1,100. I can't get my truck fixed. What am I supposed to do, walk? I run a flower store, Herman. If I can't drive, I can't deliver flowers. I'll starve. Herman, how about this?
I've got another copy, Lulu.
Oh, don't blame me, Herman. I can't let you take my truck away. How am I supposed to earn a living?
Lulu, I can't make an exception for you. It's not me. It's the government.
Okay, go ahead. Lock me up.
There's only one answer for this. A new truck.
Oh, I don't even have enough money to buy a tire.
I know. I can't make an exception to the smog rules, but I can do something about a truck payment plan. Come on, let's talk about it.